Welcome back to On the Ground. Well, I've been working on the electrical on the Honda 300. What I found out and what I tried after looking on YouTube and reading in the repair manuals, and have a book on electrical repair on motorcycles, and speaking with my dad and stuff, we finally narrowed it down. There was a number of things. I replaced the neutral switch sensors, like I said I was going to do in my previous video. Okay, I checked the wire, the wire that connects to the neutral switch sensor to the reverse switch sensor, because I knew that one worked. That it showed me that the wire was working. Anyways, so I checked my connections again, the connectors. No apparent problems there. Okay, so I got to looking and trying everything. I even went as far as to take this bulb out. I got to put it back in, but I took it out to check the bulb. The bulb appeared fine, not blown, anything like that. So I checked my connections here again. That's your spark plug. But this goes to this connector here. This goes to your which one is that? The ignition, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And of course these go to this connector here. This goes to your, this one goes to your starter switch, kill switch, this connector here. This one goes to, that one might actually be the ignition switch, and these might be your indicator lights. Let me see here. Neutral light, that might actually be it. Let me double check here. Actually, that might be the indicator lights, and this may be your ignition switch. Either way, it's one or the other. But I tried and tried and tried. So I thought, well, maybe something's not connected that needs to be connected. Only connections I had was this. I didn't have this piece in here, and the two connections to the light and the connectors to the front headlights. Okay, so if you're in a situation where you think you don't know what it is, then you watch my previous video about this neutral switch sensors and that cable. If your neutral light is not coming on. Okay, well, again, I replaced the wiring harness, OEM, spark plug wiring, spark plug, new kill switch, new fuses, new starter cable, new grounds, check the grounds, new battery. Anyways, I put some other new parts, but that pertains to the electrical. No new CDI box, no alarm, CDI box, alarm, no new rectifier, and no new stator. Anyways, so I went to look at my old wiring harness, because this wiring harness goes on a 2000. The 96 wiring harness is not available, but this is a 2000. So if you're looking for parts, OEM parts, sometimes you got to change the year, but the parts will still work. It's a different part, but it'll still work. Sometimes it may be like a 300 or 400 EX. This is a 96, but the wiring harness is from I think it's from a 96 or a 2000, and the kill switch is from a 2000 Honda 300. Anyways, so I was able to find OEM Honda genuine parts. I looked at the old harness, okay, and this was the piece, this little black piece. It wasn't connected. If you look at it here, negative to positive, two positives. I connected that piece, okay, nothing. When I turned the switch, everything's connected. I didn't even get the temporary oil temp light to come on. Definitely not the neutral, nothing. So I kick started it. Started up, and I'll probably put it in this video. The neutral light came on, but it was flashing. It was kind of weak. And the oil temp light come on temporarily. And then I could push. Is that one wheel connector the whole time. It was still in the old wiring harness. Go figure, that little thing completed the circuit. And then I could push the starter button like this, and it would work. And then I killed it. Then I tried to turn it on, no indicator lights, start, nothing. So I went back and checked my fuses. Well, somewhere along the line, it blew the fuse, as you can see. But that wasn't the case early on. I don't know, somewhere along the line, it blew the fuse. So I put a new fuse in it. Now, look. It's on. So, if you're having issues, I pretty much went through a lot of this stuff. If your neutral switch sensor, if you replace that, for OEM, it's like $20 a piece. Not very much. I went ahead and replaced the reverse and the neutral. If it's not that, and you have the issue with the neutral light, and you've checked the bulb is a little tricky to get out. You take this off, peel back this rubber piece, and you want to stick a hose about this diameter down in there, or maybe a little smaller. Slide it down in there over the bulb to kind of extract it, because it can bust, you know. You should be able to get those bulbs at your local auto parts store. I don't know if it goes bad, if it will affect the circuitry and it not acknowledging that it's in neutral. That was something I was going to try, but I didn't get to that point, and it wasn't that. Anyways, so I've went through pretty much everything on here to diagnose this. So you can help you if you're having issues with neutral light not coming on, you can't get it started, you've looked through everything that you know to look at, but you couldn't find it. Look at my videos, because I went through the same process, and I was about to replace the stator, the rectifier, the CDI box, and the alarm too, and any other wires. I thought, because I couldn't find this wire, not even that goes all the way up here and connects here. It's like a sub wire harness. I thought I was going to have to rebuild that cable. And this starter relay cable with this connector, I couldn't find that either. So I thought I was going to have to rebuild that. It's all doable. You just find the right wiring, right kind of connector, and it can be done. It might be a little bit of a learning curve, but it can be done. So I went through all this. So if you're having issues, watch my videos about it. Maybe I don't directly address your issue specifically, but it will give you a good idea of things to check, so you don't always have to kickstart it. And so check your fuses, check your connections, clean your grounds. You can run power directly to the starter to check your starter motor. You can check power directly to your relay to see if it's working. And a number of things you can do. You can use an ohm meter. Of course, I couldn't get much reading from the one I use. Maybe it's just not a good multimeter. But so it starts now. Electric start works. but it was not an easy task. I tried starting fooling with it last summer. It got time to start getting ready for bow season. So I know some of my videos I may be rambling on, but I went through this process and I did fix it on my machine. Now, if you think it's your stator, you can find, don't cheap out and buy the ones from Amazon. Don't. That stuff, the kill switches, just buy one off eBay that's used that you think works, as opposed to the cheap ones. Same thing with the carburetors. I bought an OEM new carburetor. The carburetor I have is fine. If I cleaned out, it probably would work just fine, but I went ahead and bought a new one and was just going to clean that one up, rebuild it. I haven't done that. But if you're having electrical issues, go to Rick's Stators, and you should be able to find one there. There might be some Honda OEM stators, but go to Rick's Stators and make sure you get the one with the most, what do you call it? It's like a circle with a bunch of copper wiring rolled in different numbers. I don't know if there's like one with 6 or 8 and one with 10 or 12. On the copper rail wires, I forgot what them things called. Get the one with the most for the Honda 300. It's a better stator. And they're quality. It's not cheap stuff. It's made in the U.S. It's good. But that's what I would do. I don't remember how much it cost. But anyway, because you can put a lot of miles on these motors as long as you don't abuse them. Anyway, so that much having been said, I hope this video helps anyone who's having these issues. There's a number of other videos that may address it, but I went through a lot of that before I found out what it was, and it was this connector. So thanks for watching. If you like, hit like. If you have any questions, maybe I went through it and something didn't work for me and you're trying to wonder what might be the issue with you, maybe I can help you, because I tried a number of things that I didn't record. So yeah, so stay tuned, and if you like content, subscribe if you want to see more. It's up to you. But I hope this helps, and I know the frustration, and I'll see you again here next time on the ground.